Broadcast live.
Yo, it's Slick on Live. Welcome to 2019. But before we get into 2019, let's tell you what happened in 2018. Please don't add me. I literally sent out a post last year asking you to tell me some things that have happened, some of the highlights. So if I missed anything, it's nothing personal. Put it on the comments. I gave you an opportunity to let me know what's popping. So let's kick it off. Well, January in 2018 was a little bit quiet, but then we got into February with a big bang, particularly from Ambitious Entertainment. It was the Black Panther announcement. What we saw there, we saw Java, Saudi, Babes Wodume, and Yugen Blackrock on the Black Panther soundtrack. They were there when the movie was premiered in South Africa also. Quality features on the album. That was really a big way to actually set the bar with regards to opening the year of 2018. Slick on Live also announced the Verse of the Year winners. We had Gingerbread winning courtesy of Stogie T. Look out for that again this year. It's gonna be happening, the Verse of the Year awards for the best lyricist. My homie Stogie T gonna get you on that. In March, Coca-Cola announces their collaboration with Casper Nyovest. Casper did a song with Jason Derulo, and that was for the World Cup, and it was cool, you know. I mean, it was Casper went to Jason Derulo's crib. He talked about that and how big the house is, blah blah. But that was a great opening once again from Coca-Cola and Casper. Shane Eagle announces his collabo with Elise, right? And which now is pretty popping right now. Yeah, I see people wanting Elise all of a sudden, and they're just not Pantsulas. So shout out to Shane Eagle. Krista Kidex and AKA go to South by South and have a showcase on Sway's show. That was dope just to see the guys doing their. Sway got a dope interview with Krista. We already started seeing that Sway was actually getting comfortable with Krista, because last year he actually rated his album as his freestyle is one of the best freestyles.
You see what just happened here with Questa? He's a hyena.
Rouge wins the first SAFTA award in hip-hop, South African Film Television Award. Shout out to Rouge. No female hip-hop artist, or just no hip-hop artist has done this, so it's not even about that, but she won a SAFTA award for her. It was like a story she did with a video from her albums, a couple of songs she did. Shout out to Rouge for that. Nomuzi gets a deal with DH Mam. It definitely was the month for the ladies. DH Mam basically brings in Nomuzi, and she starts becoming a part of the communication with people like Amini Zamini and Sumizi. Shout out to Nomuzi for that. April comes in, that's my birthday month, shout out. Casper Nyovest announces his partnership with Nike. Obviously, like, Reebok has been messing with AKA. So what does the biggest sportswear brand do? Also, they go, well, we gonna mess with Casper. So Casper basically announces his relationship, his partnership with Nike. AKA then he comes back and he announces his Cruise watermelon flavor that he drops. He's always had the relationship with Cruise, but this is where we find out that there's a watermelon. The Happy comes out in April. AKA also makes an appearance on WWE. I mean, I ain't seen a rapper appearing in wrestling, but I mean, he took the rap game to another space and another place that hasn't been taken before. I mean, I think that was dope, you know, although it was weird, but it was dope. He took it there.
I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna give you the stage for 1 minute to see if you can impress me.
Are you guys ready? Elias, you and I are not a match. I got people in the back who can kick your ass.
AKA took it there, never forget. Questa does his deal with Telkom, which basically was a big deal, and around the time Spirit drops, around that time also Questa basically brings Wale to the hood in April, and they do the video. The first time we bring international artists to the hood, create content with them. Apparently Wale was also pretty helpful with regards to the video. So the video of Spirit probably dropped in May. May was a bit quiet for hip hop, not a lot happened. I mean, I did ask you guys to tell me what was popping. I never really saw a lot happening in May, but if I did miss something, hit me up on the comments and let me know, you know, and don't be dismayed. Okay, moving on. In June, KO drops an EP with, surprisingly, Casper and AKA. KO literally like has got a song with Casper and AKA, and knowing you, the trolls, what do? You make comparisons, which one is bigger, which one was better, whose verse was better, blah blah. So that literally created a lot of conversation, and only a guy like KO could probably, he's one of the few guys that could be able to do something like that and drop an EP with both the artists at the same damn time. In June, Sjava, shout out to Sjava man. Sjava's really been one of those artists that's been pushing the boundaries, genuine, authentic. Of course, he gets a Viewer's Choice Best International Act at BET Awards. He comes in there, he's not dressed like everybody else. He's dressed like he came out straight out of KwaZulu Natal. And how's his speech? His speech is all in Zulu. Yo, can we play a bit of that speech? Yeah.
Like I said, so banana win a lot of but and see that it's possible we can actually go far. Just be yourself.
Shout out to Sjava. Sjava did that ambitious, literally represented Viewer's Choice Best International Act at BET Awards. That's what Sjava did. In June, AKA drops Touch My Blood, the most expensive rollout in the industry in hip hop. Billboards in the streets. It was a huge rollout. Like they were dropping bags and helicopters. I don't know what they were doing, but AKA had the biggest rollout. That's why we had to mention that. It's probably the most expensive marketing rollout in June. July, we jump into July. Nasty G drops Strings and Blings. He moves from Mabala, and he goes to Universal. A lot of people were happy about that. KO announces his partnership with Essex. He did it through his Instagram and his social, and then it became a bigger communication. So shout out to KO. KO really did a lot of silent hustling, this year, which was pretty dope. But he was really in the scene. In August, the unfortunate passing of Pro Kid occurs. Pro Kid leaves the game. Sad passing. The hip-hop game gets together, we get united. I think it's the first time as an industry we get hit, at least the hip-hop industry gets hit by someone that's that close. So we action ourselves and we get together to assist the movement and the communication. We show the unisons. We're about to announce, soon we're gonna announce what happened with the trust. The reason there's been a delay with communicating what happened with the trust, it's been like the signing of the papers, finding the right professionals from the legal side. That's why we haven't announced anything, but before in the Jan, we should announce what's happening with the trust and give the account number if people still want to donate, and we should give you numbers. So it's been administrational work that's been deliberating the announcement. We couldn't say anything because the time wasn't right. So everyone that keeps on telling, yeah, you guys were loud, then you went quiet, blah, blah. There's actually a lot of back-end stuff that had to be managed before we can go out to the public. So look out for that announcement happening in January, but like everything's been raised and you can still donate and you can still be a part of it, and don't end with the trolling. So keep acting. Another rapper that passes away, Ben Sharper passes away. Very sad month for the hip-hop industry.
Why do we have a police protection service when their duties to snatch me and arrest my person? Who? The usual suspect, verbal Kaiser Soul say.
If you know Ben Sharper, he represented the underground of the hip-hop, and his passing also was a shock to the game, and this really made us really say we got to come back as an industry. But on a lighter note, Questa announces his deal with Urban Art. His sneaker currently right now is doing pretty well. He's sold units for days. I think they're even renewing the contract in 2019. So Questa also did a little silent hustle that a lot of people never saw, but it was probably one of the biggest sneaker deals that wasn't associated to a big brand like your Nike or your Reebok, but it was from a deal perspective one of the biggest deals that happened there. In September, I have to do the special mention because this guy has been holding back for a while. Kid X basically drops TDK and double album, great story told. Kid X basically, obviously, from the Cash Time to Rap Life, he's everybody's been going, when is he dropping? So he finally dropped an album, dropped a double album. I mean, this is one of the albums I'm mentioning. I'm not really mentioning albums as moments, but it was a moment because Kid X is Kid X, and we've been anticipating this for a while. So he drops TDK, beautiful album, double album. Make sure you got it if you don't have it. In September also, AKA releases his app with Vodacom. He announces that Altito leaves Independence from Major. He leaves Independence and he goes to Major, signs up with Universal. His reasons is that like he needs to grow and he's been independent for a while. Check out the interview, we talked about it on Slick on Live. AKA then makes another big announcement that his being management is over, the relationship is over. Over time, we find out that there was a little bit of a fallout between himself and Prince. Shout out to the brothers. I hope at least there's some peace out there. But that's what happens with AKA and Prince. Being management is over. People are worried about their job. AKA moves everything back to himself. So that's what happens. Nasty C announces that Aries will join Iverson tour also in September. So in September we start assuming that the Nasty C and Aries beef is over. So we are grateful to see that Nasty C and Aries beef is over. The guys literally announced that like they're gonna join each other at the tour. I'm not sure if Aries made it to the tour, but we do know for sure that the beef is definitely over, right? And even around the month of September and October, we start seeing movement around the Iverson tour, which was actually one of the, I mean, people keep talking tours, but the special thing about the Iverson tour, it was the first from the new generation, the first that actually was for the young people. I went to one of them, they weren't serving alcohol, and I said, yo, this is where the game is at, you know? The game is for the kids are having their tours, and the kids are not drinking alcohol, they're bouncing a lot because they got a whole lot of sugar, and you got all the OGs in their generation jumping in there supporting the kids. So shout out to the Iverson tour, nice to see, pushing the innovation, being progressive, one of the forward thinkers in the game. He's a kid that like we really need to watch because I do think that he is the future. Just special mention, other kids I just want to mention that I think are the future of the game. Big Hash, I've always been mentioned. Patrick XX, yo, those are kids that like, y'all, we need to watch, we need to support, we need to nurture, we need to protect, right? October, we have another tragic month, right? Double HP passes away. Man, that really hit us hard, you know. Rest in peace to the homie Double HP, man, you know, it's a real thing. I really also want to make a special mention to another kid who I feel that like, you know, he came out of Vuzu Hustle, but he just dropped a song that people never knew that it was probably even who he is. But he dropped a big song, but I really want to big him up. I really want to announce him. I really want to make you guys aware of him. That's Manny World Star. He dropped Nalinga. Song is playing, single everywhere. People don't know who it is. Check out for the kid. Check out for more of the work that he does. He doesn't come out of nowhere. He's been pushing it. Another special mention album that I gotta mention just because of the artist took a different route, and this was probably one of his best albums, probably one of the best albums for the year in my opinion. Also was Anati. Anati dropped like his album also in October. Yo, if you haven't heard the album even now, check it out. I think in 2019 it's gonna do bigger things, and it's gonna cross boundaries beyond hip hop. So shout out to Anati. October, Nadia Nakai also announces a collaboration with Red Bat. That's also doing super well. She's been dropping the clothes. She's been doing a whole story about her going to the world, getting the clothes, introducer Nadia Goes Global. Nadia has really had a great year this year. And I mean, I do want to say that like with all respect from a business perspective, from a moves perspective, from a show's perspective, I think Nadia also this year has been one of the strongest artists in the game. I'm not saying female artist, one of the strongest artists in the game. You really need to check for her. Chad the Don announces that he's going out with Kelly Kumalo. Apparently they're engaged now, they're married, or I don't know. But you know, Chad the Don is not taking it slow. He's just going in. You know what I mean? Put it in. Marrying Kelly Kumalo, and it's not even on the low. Well, congratulations. Please send us the invite, bro. Let's cover it. Don't let Kelly convince you to give it to Drum. Give it to us. In Drum. You're crossing over, B. In November, KO partners with Studio 88. KO had a busy business year. You know what I mean? Shout out to KO, like I said. He partners with Studio 88, and now you can get he's clothes, not merchandise. Now he's got clothes at Studio 88. Yo, I actually saw like a sticker in a Mall of Africa with KO, get the clothes. I was like, yo, I'm in a rush. I'm a walk in though. But shout out to KO also. In November, AKA goes platinum. December, Questa brings Ross to the hood, brings Rich Homie Quan to the hood. Shout out to Questa. Yo, bring these guys to the hood. Don't do it overseas. Don't do it in Santon. Bring them to the hood. I'm just happy. I'm from the East Rand. I'm from Katlehong. I'm from Leondale. You know what? Kutaza Majite guys, brah. You're doing it. You're doing it, taking it further than we could have taken it. Shout out to Questa. I respect that on a personal capacity. December, Casper does fill up, and on the same day, Sweden Short goes platinum. And on the same weekend, he kills Global Citizen. Chris Martin gives him his props on stage and kneels down and goes, yo, you are a king. Now, Hotel Queens grab him on stage and say, yo, you are a child. The world, CNN, across the world, people go, who is Casper Nyovest because of Global Citizen? Casper, non-complacent, most successful artist, keeps on pushing boundaries. I respect that. That is the difficult thing. Being successful and carrying on being successful on top of success and working. That is something we all gotta learn and look at. Shout out to Casper. Plus, you know, Philip Moses Mabito wasn't filled, but it was half filled, and the venue like takes 70,000 people. In a city where he was having challenges, no support, Casper constantly fighting for success. Shout out. Even though I said that he needs to start investing in something else, you can't take away from this man's drive. This is one thing we gotta respect. Gigi leaves Ambitious. Congratulations to Gigi. Congratulations to Ambitious. It's an amicable separation, and Gigi's got big plans for 2019. Make sure you catch up with her. And that is the wrap up. If I missed anything, please hit me up on the comments below. Shout out, Slick on Life. We gonna be live in 2019. One love.
Broadcast live